How's everyone doing? This is Oz with Oz Mechanics, and on today's video we have this 2016 Chevy Colorado right here. So the issue with the Chevy Colorado, customer was complaining while the daughter was driving this vehicle, it was overheating. And after that, he noticed that he took it to an auto parts place. They checked out the codes and it came out with the low fan not working. So on today's video, we're going to try to figure out this vehicle and give it back to the customer. All right, so we're inside the vehicle now, and customer complaint was, like I explained in the beginning, it basically would overheat, but it was more of an intermittent overheating issue. I did do a quick little inspection, and I did notice something interesting. We'll talk about that later on, but what we want to do first is get our scan tool, check out that code, and see what we get right here. Just on the side note too, I just came back from ASTA training event. We had this little big ball pit where everyone got inside like a inflatable ball. There's a bunch of younger kids, 20-year-olds, and we just kept on bouncing off each other. And yeah, the last time I did that, I heard a little pop in my knees. So yeah, now I have a little limp to my walk. But going back to this, we have the ECM that has 2 codes right here. And let's see what they have. So it says cooling fan relay 1 control circuit, and then cooling fan relay 1 control circuit low voltage. So one is showing the circuit code. Well, both of them are showing circuit codes, but one is showing a low voltage. And my inspection that I saw in the front, I did notice that someone went in there and cut the wire and put some butt connectors. Not a big fan of that. So what we're going to do now, let's go in here, automatic, and we're going to see if there's a bidirectional test right here. Actuation test, and I want to check out the cooling fans. Let's see if we have this. All right, we have 1 cooling fan. I just want to make sure. All right, so let's go to the front, and I want to see what we get right here. All right, so we are in front of the vehicle right now, and right here, this is what I was talking about. I don't want to touch them, but these are some butt connectors that we have right here. And I don't know, this seems they have a tie strap right here. This might be I don't know, aftermarket one. But let's just try some bidirectionals and we'll go from there. But another thing I did notice right now when I opened this up, the PCM over here, it looks fairly new. I don't know if you see how shiny that sucker looks. I don't know. To me, I don't know how many people have tried to work on this, but we're just going to treat it as no one has touched it, but they have. But, you know, we're just going to do our test. All right, we're going to press 1, command. Let's see what happens. Device. Why wouldn't it let me do that? Let's try something else right here. Let's try a clutch relay. Let's see if that even works. So I just want to see if it makes that noise when it engages. Okay, so we heard that. There's a noise right there. I just wanted to make sure that everything was working great. So let's go back to our cooling fans. Let's see if it does the same thing. Press 1. Device limit exceeded. Let me take off these codes. Let's see if that is causing that issue. So we're going to clear our codes. Hopefully we still don't have the circuit code. Let's see. All right, no more codes. All right, now let's see if it does it and what's going on right here. Still, device. Okay, I turned it on. I went to number 2. Man, it's not allowing me at all. This is crazy. Okay, like I said, there's no other ones on here which are commanding the actual fans on, except that cooling fan system right there. We'll try one more time. Okay, something's going on right here. I don't know. I want to try something out real quick. Remember, if we turn on the AC, the fans should turn on. We don't have any codes right here. Let's give that a shot. So let's go inside. I'm going to turn on the vehicle real quick, and we're just going to turn on the AC. We're going to come back outside. We'll see what happens. All right, so right now, as you can see, our cooling fan command is showing 79%, 80%. And right now, this fan is not turning on. It's not working at all. My next approach right now that I want to do, I don't want to touch this just yet. I just want to verify which of these wires are there. Man, I can just, let me see. Because if we look right here, check out these wires. One's a red, one's a black, and one's a green. So most likely it's going to be power, ground, and control. So what we can do is just verify that we're getting power, ground, and control, and then go from there. All right, so we're gonna check out our codes again. Let's see if they throws that code. Still nothing, probably because it's not a drive cycle. But let me just verify. I'm gonna look at my wiring diagram, but I can guarantee you this. It's most likely gonna be power, ground, and control. But let's just go to our wiring diagram, verify this just to be 100% sure. And then after that, I want to hook up my scope and see what we find out when we do this. All right. All right, so we're in our wiring diagram right now. So we're gonna go to cooling fan. Here's our cooling fan module, 2.5 to 3.6 near right side of radiator. And why does this show 5 wires? Oh, actually, it shows 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wires. Black, red, and gray, not used, white and black, and then some NCA. But I can clearly see right here that, see, even back here, look at this. Interesting. So over here, you see red, black, and then green. But then we go over here, look at this. We see white and black, which it shows right here. You see the little gray stripe right there, and then your black. But it shows 5 wires here. Let me see. We're gonna strip this as back as we can. Okay. I don't see no more wires on here. The only thing, so this shows a 16, but if we go to the door card right here, this does show a 916. So I don't know if you can see that right there, where my finger's at, 916. Normally when I see anything over 8, getting to the nine part, I'm treating it as a 17. But when we look at the number on here, it shows that it's a 16. Let's look at a 2017 wiring diagram. So if we go vehicle selection, let's do a 17 GMC. I almost thought this was a Colorado too, so I think I might have said that in the beginning of the video. I don't know.
We have this 2016 Chevy Colorado right here.
But yeah, this is actually a Canyon. They're basically the same. That's why I thought it was a Colorado. You know what? I messed up. All right. Sue me. All right. There you go. Okay. This looks a lot better. On this one, we have our black, red and gray, and white and black. And this is a 2017. So I think this is when they did the crossover right here. But right now, what I want to do, I'm going to get an actual test light and we're going to put it on black and white, or black and red, I'm sorry. And we're going to see if we can get at least that test light to brighten up. Because if I'm not, this should be hot at all times. I don't need the key on the on position. So we're going to go ahead and put a test light right here between there and verify what we get. And then afterwards, we're probably going to go ahead and get a oscilloscope on this control part, and we're going to see if we get a duty cycle once we turn on the AC or anything like that. So let me go get those tools and let's see what we find out. All right, so we are back right here, and I have my oscilloscope, and as well, I'm going to use this right here to do a load test on this. And the cool thing is, as you can see, there's 3 connectors right here, because this one has 2 incandescent little filaments right there. So we can double up the amperage or put more amps on it. So what we're going to do is start off with 1. All right. So this is going to be our positive side. Remember, it did show that this is on 24/7. Man, this sucker is way too big. Yeah, it won't even fit right there. Like, it won't even go through it. All right, let me find a bigger one so I can go right through it, because yeah, this is way too small. So let me go get some other ones. Let me see what we get. All right, so we're gonna use our Pomona. Hopefully these will work. As you can see, they just have bigger openings. So let's start off with the Phil's probe. Let's see if this one works. Now we're gonna get 2 Pomonas. All right, so we're doing the positive side, and then with the Pomona, yeah, I had to force that sucker in there. You remember, it's supposed to stay on all the time, so we're gonna hook that up to here and hook this up. Hopefully this works. Okay, there you go. You see, and we do have 12 volts. And what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to test before the repair was done. let's see if we can add, watch this. We're gonna add more amperage to this. You see, only one filament was used up right there. Now we're gonna try another one, and it's not making it. There you go. You see how much brighter it is whenever we add the other one? All right, so we can see right there that before the repair, we had good voltage, and as well, it was nice and bright. Man, I am blinded right now. I can't see. I'm just seeing stars right now. It's like the, in the cartoons where you just see all those little stars. That's how I feel right now. All right, cool. And I can tell you this, that this wire is a lot thinner than what we have. So we're going to go there. Let's see right here. For now, I'm just going to use one. Just want to see if it makes its way all the way through. And look at that. Are you freaking kidding me? Make sure that this is pushed all the way in. What the heck? I'm going to move these connectors around. Look, I don't know if you saw that. There's a little jump right there. Look at that. Man! What the heck, dude? You can see this turn on right here. What kind of repair is this? There you go. Look, I'm just putting my finger right here. Ow. Dude, and look at this. That pinched me right here. What did they use? What is... Okay, I'm calling this. It's going to be somewhere like right here. As I don't know if y'all picked that up whenever I move this. That doesn't want to do it. I'm going to go right here in the middle and see what happens on the power side. Okay, as you can see, still doesn't turn on. Now we're going to go back to... So it's the power side that's having the problem right here. So the issue is right there, because if I go from one end to the other, that's where we have our issue. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and cut this open, see what we find out right there. And I'm kind of curious to see what's going on. And then maybe just fix this up, because this just does not look right. It doesn't look like where they even pinched it. Let me cut this open. Let's see what we find out. All right, first and foremost, I'm just going to take this off right here so we can get more of a view. And my thing is cut this little weather strip. I want to see, dude, what the heck is this type of repair? I don't know. Did you hear that? Look at that. This sucker just came right off. Man, was this even crimped? Let me see. I'm going to take this sucker off. All right, tell me where right here does it look crimped. It was not even crimped on there. This was held in by hopes and dreams. And a bunch of glue or resin. All right, I'm going to go ahead, clean this sucker up, put it back on together. Because I guarantee you, if this wasn't crimped, that's not crimped. We're going to fix this right. And then after that, we're going to retest this out, see what we find out, okay? All right, so we are done doing this. And as you can see, none of these were crimped. I just feel like they stuffed the wires in and then, try to see if it worked. Heat shrinked it, but it did, as you saw, it did not work. So now what we're going to do, we're going to go after the repair close to this, and we have this hooked up. So we're going to see if we can get this going. I'm going to start off with just one, and then we got our actual scope hooked up too. So we're going to see what we get. And here you go. And look at that. Lights up. There's no voltage drop. Now what I really want to do is amp it up just a little bit. And we're going to go ahead and put a little bit more. We're going to bump it up. Here it goes. And get extra bright. There you go. Now, what we've been waiting for. I want to turn on the fans and turn on the AC and see if the fans turn on. Let's actually move this. I just want to have this right here where it shows 78%. Gonna do exactly how we had it before. Oh, key's not on. I'm a dummy. All right. It is a Saturday, so don't blame me. I'm trying to get home right after this. Let's check this out. All right, there it goes. Actuation test. We're just gonna go to cooling fans. I'm just kind of curious if. Let me see if the scan tool does it. I'm not too sure. Still has that exceeded the power right there, but remember, I just want to look at the duty cycle. Forget about the scan tool right now. That can lead us to a rabbit hole right here. I just want to look at the cooling fans. Let's turn this on. All right. I see our fans moving. All right, it's 22%, 24%. There you go. Heck yeah, dude. I think that's a fix. Yep. Fans are turning on. Let's see. Look at our light bulb right there. This is amazing, dude. This is really cool. So there you go. Let's turn the sucker off. All right, how cool was that, man? No parts required, just visual inspections, kind of look at the voltage and seeing what we have. But this was really crazy, man. They put butt connectors and they did the proper thing so we don't have any moisture inside, but they never crimped it, man. So basically right here is like, having two strings and trying to hold it on with some scotch tape. If you're trying to climb up a rope or something and holding it on with scotch tape while you're putting those two together is not going to work out. This is what was going here. Those fans, they can pull up some really high amperage. And when you have just two pieces just barely touching, it's not going to work out. So we actually did a Pine Hollow special right here. No parts required. Well, kind of. We used the butt connectors that I supplied. And then after that, now she's working great. Even the AC is cooling nice. Because remember, what cools down the condenser is going to be the actual fans. Woo, nice and cool right here at 90 degrees in Houston. Oh, actually 82 here in Houston, Texas. So there you go. If you do like this video, please put a big thumbs up. And don't forget to hit that little notification bell to get all the brand new videos coming out from Oz Mechanics. And let me know what you think down below. Do you like this setup, how we have this type of recording? And comment down below what you would do differently. And on top of that, I'm old now. I'm getting old. I'm about to be 40. Don't be stupid like me and start bouncing off with 20-year-olds, man, because my knees are about to freaking pop. But there you go. Done with my rant. Y'all take care. Y'all have a nice day. Goodbye.